Okay, creating a strong statement of the problem. So, once alam na natin kung anong research problem ang pwede nating magawin for our thesis or for our research, then we have now to know how to create a strong statement of the problem. So, statement of the problems or SOPs ay included ito as part of your thesis. So, bakit siya importante? Here is the logical flow. Of course, una, kung titingnan natin, na-identify na natin itong research problem. Okay? May na-identify na tayong issues or gap. Okay? Now, once na ma-finalize na natin, di ba may group activity tayo, at ma-refine na natin ang research problem na meron tayo, we need now to create statement of the problem. Okay? Or the research questions. So, magkaiba kasi ang research question and statement of the problem. So, discuss natin yan later. And then, after which, kung kailan na, pag nalaman na natin ang SOP natin, then we will now identify how are we going to answer the problem. Siyempre, kung may tanong, kailangan natin ng kasagutan. Paano natin to sasagutin? So, through research methods, tinatawag. Through identifying the research design that we will be using. So, yan yung tatlong step na kailangan natin tandaan before natin mabuo ang framework or conceptual framework ng ating study. So, later naman, for the next week na mga pagdidiscuss, matututunan natin yung ibang parts ng thesis o mag-start tayo from chapter 1, syempre. For the learning outcome, dapat matutunan ninyo kung paano mag-formulate ng isang clear and researchable statement of the problem, which will serve as the foundation of your thesis. So, pag tinanong tayo, ano yung tinatawag nating statement of the problem? Okay, ito yon. So, it defines the central issue of your research which seeks to address. Now, it sets the direction of the study by presenting what needs to be answered or investigated. In short, ito yung mga tanong na sasagutin natin sa chapter 4. Okay? Kasi chapter 4, that will be the presentation of your data. Okay? So, ano yung sasagutin natin? That would be the SOP. Okay? Kumbaga, if this is our central research problem, if this is our topic, bibigyan mo siya ng iba't ibang tanong para later on, masagot natin yung problem natin o yung title natin na problema. So, it is written in narrative form sa introductory paragraph. Ibig po sabihin, pag magsusulat kayo ng SOP, mamaya magbibigay ako ng example dun sa introductory. No? It's in narrative form. Ibig po sabihin, hindi po siya patanong ha. Ibig po sabihin, para ka lang nagkukwento. No, this research seeks to answer the following. Ganyan. So, ano ba yung gusto mong masagot? And then, it is followed by specific research questions. So, it can be numbered. Madalas numbered. Sometimes, yung iba, binubullet type siya. But, it's a specific research question must be answered later on. Okay, so, yun yung mga sasagutin natin. Now, ano ba nga talaga ang purpose ng SOP? Why do we need to have an SOP? Okay. Ang SOP ay nakakatulong, of course, number 1, to identify the gap. It helps focus the research on addressing a specific issue. Okay? So, tinutulungan niyo tayo na ma-identify natin ano ba talaga yung sasagutin natin. Okay? And then, it translate the problem also. Because yung research problem natin na parang ang hirap niyang sagutin dahil isang tanong, isang title lang siya. Well, SOP ay makakatulong kasi magiging manageable ang question natin. Yung tipong madali siyang sagutan o magiging mas madali for us to answer the problem kasi kinonvert mo siya into SOP. Okay? And then, it also guide anong research design ang gagamitin natin. Ang research design ay malalaman natin based on how we will present the statement of the problem. Okay? The research design will be discussed also for for uh for this week. Okay. So how to structure research questions? Yung SOP, I am referring to SOP. Una, gagawa ka muna ng introductory paragraph. Okay? So, sa introductory, kailangan explain mo yung short gap na kailangan yung alamin and context. And then, ending with the question statement. And then, after nun, tsaka mo ilalatag ngayon yung naka-number na specific research questions. So, it must be clear, researchable, and measurable question. Okay. So, ito yung parts ng SOP. Okay? Na binanggit ko na rin sa kaninang slide. Again, ito yung introductory paragraph. Okay? Para lang mas clear, sa introductory, kailangan ina-explain natin yung general problem. Okay? Or research cup. When we say general problem, ito yung pinaka-title ninyo halos. Ito yung problem na gusto ninyong i-tackle. So, this study aims to determine, for example, the moral values of BS Criminology students. It seeks to answer the following specific questions. Ito na yon. So, for one, ito muna. Ano yung general problem nyo? This study aims to answer the following questions. So, it introduces the context, who, where, what, and when. And then, after nun, tsaka ka ngayon maglalatag ng specific research questions. So, some of you, nung nagpagawa ako ng topic, nagbigay na kayo ng ibang objectives. No? Meron na kayong ginawa, at least 2 questions. Yun, dadagdagan nyo lang. And aayusin nyo siya. So, usually, it's 3 to 6 questions. Okay? Sa undergraduate. It must be in question ha. Ibig sabihin, nag-e-end tayo sa question mark, patanong. Hindi siya dapat statement na nag-e-end sa period. Okay? It must be related to your variables. Okay? Hindi pwedeng hindi. Kasi, syempre, ang inaalam nga natin would be the answer to your problem. Again, it must be clear, researchable, and measurable if that's quantitative. Okay? So, that's for the parts of SOP. Okay, so now, since na-discuss na natin ano ba yung bumubuo sa SOP at paano siya gawin, here are the tips for writing SOP. Okay, one of the tips daw ay you must start with di ba, you broad yung problem natin, we must now narrow it. Kumbaga, gagawin nating specific. So, we must begin with the overall research issue and then narrow it to specific aspects of your study. So, na-discuss na natin to before, no? How to narrow down your problem. Ngayon, yung problem na na-narrow down nyo, sa SOPs, mas specify mo pa siya. Okay? Mas lalo gagawin mo siyang specific. Okay. And then, dun sa specific research question, gagamit kayo ng WH question like what, how, why, to what extent, ganyan. So, usually, we use what is the level of, how do students perceive, ganyan. Is there a significant difference if we're dealing with inferential studies? Yun. So, why do certain patterns emerges, ganyan. So, those are the examples of SOPs. Okay? So, another tip is that we must align the research question with our research design. Again, sabi ko, may relationship ang question ninyo, ang SOP ninyo, as to what research design will you use. So, for example, di ba, ang focus ninyo ay relationship, differences, effects, or predictors, then therefore, we will be using quantitative study. Or therefore, yun yung mga quantitative SOP natin. So again, pag relationship, madalas we want to determine is there significant relationship. Yun. So usually it's quantitative. But if we want to determine the experiences, yan, um, we want to describe anong pakiramdam niya in terms of um, in-depth, no? Ibig sabihin, gusto nating malaman ng malaliman. So, that would be qualitative. So, pag ang focus natin ay experiences, meanings, descriptions, or tips, that would be qualitative dapat. Okay? So, that would be thematic analysis later on sa treatment. And then, pagka quantitative, that is statistical analysis. So, tandaan natin, again, magiging careful tayo sa SOPs natin kasi yun din ang magde-determine anong klaseng research design ang gagamitin natin. Okay, so another tip is that we must make sure that each question is answerable. Huwag kayong gagawa ng isang question na kahit kayo, parang hindi nyo naman kayang sagutin. So, for example, ito, vague question kasi ang ibig sabihin nun kapag nahihirapan tayong sagutin. Baka wala tayong malinaw na sagot. Kaya kailangan ang question natin must be specific, must be clear, focus, and answerable research. So, una, we have this, what are the problem of students? So, that is vague kasi ang tinatanong natin, problem of students. Generic yun. Kung tutuusin, ang daming problem na pwedeng maging tanong natin sa estudyante. It can be personal, academic problem, di ba? So, family problem, ganyan. So, instead, dapat para specific, example would be what real-life ethical challenges influences the moral values of BS Criminology students. So, in that case, specific yung tanong natin dito. So, we're converting a problem na malabo or vague papunta sa isang tanong na very specific, clear, and answerable. Hindi yung kapag tinanong mo, magtatanong pa siya, ano pong problem? Ganun. So, magulo, no? May ambiguity doon sa tanong. So, ensure parallel wording. So, in structuring the SOPs, you must keep the structure of each question consistently. So, it's very important na maganda pakinggan sa tenga yung pagkaka-craft ninyo ng SOPs. And it must be clear again and answerable. So, here is an example of SOPs na pwede nating i-craft. So, kung makikita nyo, here is the introductory paragraph. So, we have this study seeks to investigate the moral values and attitudes towards CJS policies. Yan. So, kung makikita natin, yung problem na hinahanap natin, yung general problem, ay nandito sa introduction. And then specifically, naglagay siya ng mga question or sub-problems. So, ito siya. Diba? We want to determine the level of moral development muna. Okay. And then, what are their attitudes? Okay. And then, is there significant difference ba doon sa moral, moral development and attitudes nila? Pagka ginroup natin sila according to their demographic profile. So, kung titingnan ninyo, may relationship yung first and second question dito sa third question. Kasi kailangan alamin muna natin yung level of moral development before we can answer question number 3. Same as with question number 2. Bago natin masagot to, kailangan alam muna natin yung sagot dito sa number 2. And then, yung do demographic factors significantly predict students' attitude towards CJ policies. So, May kinalaman ba ang demographic factors nila on how the students predict their attitude, parang ganun. So, ito yung another SOP. And then, ito yung last one na tanong. So, ito more on qualitative na tong last question. So, wala siyang, ito ay quanti question. Ito ay qualitative. To answer the last paragraph, interview yung ginamit siya. Kaya siya naging qualitative.